Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It's time for more announcements. This time we have Radiance Films June announcements. We've got a box set, a couple of releases, and even a partner label title this month. So let's dive in and have a little look at what they have to offer. So first up, we have The Hotspot. Harry, a drifter, rolls into town and talks his way into a job at a career dealership where he becomes caught between two beautiful women, the boss's conniving wife Dolly and Gloria, a naive young accountant whose life is complicated by blackmail. When Harry plans to rob the local bank, he becomes enmeshed in a lethal web of lust, greed and extortion, whose only escape is murder. So we have a Dennis Hopper film. I have seen The Hotspot before, but it's been so long that it's going to be like a fresh take almost, I think, unless it suddenly comes back to me when watching it. We get a 2K restoration by Kino Lorber, overseen and approved by cinematographer Ueli Steiger, uncompressed mono, PCM audio, archival interview with Dennis Hopper, who discusses The Hotspot and features footage from John Lee Hooker and images from the set. Interviews with stars Virginia Madsen from 2021 and William Sadler. Nick Dawson on Dennis Hopper and The Hotspot, an interview with the editor of Dennis Hopper Interviews. Dwayne, and I won't even attempt that one, on Charles Williams' source novel, the crime writer and expert looks at an adaptation and provides a background of the author. We get the trailer, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet featuring new writing, and limited edition to 3,000 copies. Now, this is from 1990. It's an 18 certificate, and I'm kind of interested in this one. I'm sure I've seen it, but for some reason I can't seem to recollect too much about it. Sounds interesting enough. Dennis Hopper as a director is someone that I really like. His films aren't for everyone, but they are very interesting to me. Pictures of the cover art there. This is number 13 in the Radiance line. And yeah, count me curious about that one. A title that we previously knew about was Red Sun, which is number 6 in the Radiance line. Thomas gets a ride to Munich where he finds his ex-girlfriend Peggy, who takes him in. In her flat, he finds Peggy and her roommates have a commune-like lifestyle where they kill men in their lives after 5 days. But will Thomas realise in time? A pop fantasy focused on the post-68 and women's liberation movements, Red Sun was compared to a comic strip by Wim Wenders, and is that beautiful art genre collision that is both brilliantly bizarre and provocative. It's an HD transfer overseen by the director, select scene commentary, new interviews and visual essays, still to be confirmed, reversible sleeve, a limited edition booklet featuring writing on the film, and it's limited to 2,000 copies. Interesting premise, and to be honest, was maybe not one that jumped out at me straight away, but after seeing the some of what Radiance are releasing, I'm more tempted to get this just to give it a shot. Read up a little bit more later on. Of course, standout for me this month is the Costa Nostra, Franco Nero and 3 Mafia Tales by Damiano Damiani. Any Italian films I'm pretty much in straight away. To have Franco Nero in them, fantastic. The most American of directors, according to celebrated critic Paolo Margheriti, Damiano Damiani nevertheless surveyed his own country's mafia history unlike anyone before him, to critical and box office success. 3 such classic films are collected in this Blu-ray box set. The Day of the Owl stars Franco as a police chief who, while investigating the death of a construction worker, goes up against corrupt officials and a ruthless mafia boss, played by Lee J. Cobb. Oh, wonderful. Adapted from a celebrated novel by Leonardo Sciascia. Nero portrays a simple man thrown in jail for the misdemeanor and the case is closed. Forget it. Inside, he sees the grim reality of life behind bars, where the mafia controls everything. A powerful production with Nero on top form and supported by a strong cast. In How to Kill a Judge, Nero plays filmmaker Giacomo Solaris, whose latest feature film, a judge corrupted by the mafia and who is later found murdered. The real judge the character is based on seizes the footage but is later killed in the same way. Feeling a degree of responsibility, Solaris investigates, but as the assassinations increase around him, will he reach the source of the conspiracy? So that seems to have the synopsis, and in the synopsis again of those 2K restorations on all 3 of the films, uncompressed PCM audio, new interview with Franco Nero featuring archival footage, archival interview with Franco Nero, writer Ugo Piro, and production manager Lucio Trentini discussing the making of The Day of the Owl. Identity Crisis, filmmaker and Italian crime expert Mike Malloy discussed The Day of the Owl. Casting Cobb, A Tale of Two Contents, a video essay by filmmaker Howard S. Berger looking at actor Lee J. Cobb's career transition from Hollywood to Italy. That is something I'm super interested in. I like Cobb as an actor. I didn't know he had a stint of Italian films, so I am definitely interested in checking that out. Archival interview with Claudia Cardinelli from Belgian TV, in which she discusses her long and storied career. New interview with star Franco Nero discussing The Case is Closed, Forget It. Archival documentary on the making of The Case is Closed. Italy Cinematic Civil Conscience, an examination of the life and works of Damiano Damiani, a visual essay on the career of him by Rachel Nisbet, which should be interesting. New interview with star Franco Nero discussing How to Kill a Judge. New interview with Alberto Pezzotta, author of Reggio Damiano Damiani, who discusses his contribution to the mafia and crime genres. Original trailers, new improved English subtitles for Italian audio and English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Reversible sleeve, limited edition 120-page book, and a limited edition of 3,000 copies. Now, I'm super in for this one. I think it just sounds pretty amazing. I'm interested to see what they do with their box sets. They look pretty good. I can't wait to get my hands on this one. This is the sort of standout for the month for me. And we have a partner label title from Canadian International Pictures, Buster Keaton Rides Again. This was previously released in the States from the same company, and I'm sure it's got the same content on it. 2 unforgettable cinematic journeys through 60s Canada. Buster Keaton Rides Again. In the autumn of '64, just over a year before his death, Buster Keaton travelled to Canada to make The Railroader, a silent short that would turn out to be one of his final films, documenting his mobile production in fascinating and unsuspecting detail. Buster Keaton Rides Again offers a rare glimpse of the comedy legend's temperament, philosophies, hobbies, marriage, and occasionally combative creative processes. Helicopter Canada, made in celebration of the Canadian Centennial, this Oscar-nominated documentary offers a stunning aerial exploitation of the country's vast and varied landscape, featuring impressive widescreen cinematography. New 2K transfers from 35mm interpositives, alternate to 7:6:1, and smile box presentations of Helicopter Canada, audio commentaries on Buster Keaton Rides Again and The Railroader. We've got several short films as well. Bonus short there, Canada the Land, booklet, reversible sleeve, and English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing for all 10 films. If you're a Buster Keaton fan, it's an essential. I think it's great. So here we have the June bundle, where you can pick up all the Radiance titles. It's $71.97 and available now if you want to order it, or if you want to include the Buster Keaton title, it is $83.96 for all those titles there. I'm going to link down below where you can go onto the Radiance website, have a look for yourself. But I would love to know, is there anything here that kind of makes you sit up and pay attention? Anything you're interested in getting after having a few of the Radiance titles? What do you think of these announcements? What do you want most? Are you interested at all? Let me know in the comment box below. We can have a little chit chat about these titles. And don't forget, we were down there to hit the thumbs up button. There is more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff, and in the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program, manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.